And there are a lot of great things going on in UAS for the United States Army, also within our portfolio. So we continue to field equipment. We field the Gray Eagle, which is the large UAS. We also continue to field the Shadow system, converting units over from the version 1 of that to the version 2 of the Shadow system. We also continue to field our one system remote video terminal, which is the way that we connect all the way down to the soldier in the foxhole. So we continue to train soldiers and field that equipment, as well as field equipment into new formations. Some of those new formations is the Attack Reconnaissance Squadron, which is deliberately taking AH-64 Apaches and pairing them with Shadows in the same unit. Not a new concept necessarily to do manned-unmanned teaming, but it's a new way of employing that. It's a deliberate action to put them in the same formation, and we're doing that and deploying those units into the battle space, and they've been conducting operations and doing very well. So with the Gray Eagle, we're on the 11th of 15 total companies and fielding those. And so we train a company and we field it, and then those companies typically are deploying into the battle space and using those weapon systems in support of our combatant commanders. With the Shadow system, we're probably about 2/3 of the way through. We'll continue fielding the version 2 system into the combat aviation brigades, as well as into our brigade combat teams until about 2018. So manned-unmanned teaming is really a concept of how we operate, and then there are certain technologies that enable you to bring forward that concept of operations. So typically, as I just mentioned, we have an AH-64 and a Shadow, and they're both in the same unit. But I don't want people to think that manned-unmanned teaming is simply an AH-64 and a Shadow. Manned-unmanned teaming is actually linking through interoperability, linking all the unmanned assets, all the way from our small hand-launched Group 1s, all the way up to the large Gray Eagles and the Shadows as well, and being able to link the manned platforms, whether that's a Air Force or Navy or Marine fast-moving aircraft, all the way down to the soldier on the ground, linking all those assets either through full motion video or sensor data in order for them to action on that intelligence. One of the major initiatives we're pursuing also is a universal ground control station, or a universal product, and it's a continuance of something that was initiated a few years back. But now we've shifted the center of gravity from an air vehicle perspective to the ground control station, because that essentially is the cockpit. That's where the operator interacts with people in the battle space, places the asset at the time and place to support the ground maneuver plan. We're trying to shift the focus back to the ground control station and make that a universal approach, and then ultimately make that scalable so it can be dismounted, mounted, and placed in the battle space in the future. So that's a major initiative that we're pursuing.